Hello, welcome to Bob's Dungeon. My name's Bob. I'll be your host. Throughout the many editions of Dungeons & Dragons, the Player's Handbook has always been full of options for the players to create unique characters for whatever build they want. They have also come out with many supplement books to expand on the choices the players have to create even more unique characters. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video, one of those books. The Complete Humanoids Handbook. This book has 121 pages and a copyright of 1993. This book particularly is the 5th printing of the book and has a copyright of 1995. The artwork in this book is both in color and black and white. So let's go ahead and look at that artwork. Most of the artwork in this book is in black and white, with some full-page color pictures added. Some of the pictures are used to show action scenes, but most are used for character descriptions. And here are just a few of what you can find. With this book, in your second edition game, you have a total of 30 new races to add for your characters to choose from. Races that before were only classed as monsters are now player characters thanks to this book. Races such as goblins, kobolds, orcs, ogres. In this book, in every edition of Dungeons & Dragons, the half-orc has shown up as a player character race in the core rulebooks, except for second edition. This book has the half-orc as a player character race for second edition. You can find lots of interesting races to pick from in this book, and I've had several in my games. This book also has 4 campaign modules in it that give you ideas for adding the different races into your campaign. It's got 19 new class kits for these particular characters to choose from. It's also got a section detailing weapons specific to these new monster races, these humanoids, for your game. And it's pretty good. Each entry has its own picture, so you got to look at what a member of that race looks like. It's got a good description laid out for that race. It's got the minimums and maximums of the attributes, because in second edition you had a minimum and maximum ability score that you had to have in order to be the member of a race. And it's got those in here for each race. It's also got all the information you'll need to lay out a character. And it's pretty detailed. The setup is almost like what you would find in third edition. And you've got your ability adjustments for each of the races. Unfortunately, like the demi-humans in the core rulebook, humanoids are not treated kindly as far as classes goes. Like the demi-humans in the core book, it is harsh on what classes you can be and how many levels you can gain in each class for each of the races in this book. It's very human-centric, the game, second edition. and that's really a shame. But it's got everything you'll want to make up a character. The end of the book has a weapons chart, so you got specific weapons for the races. It's got a size chart, so you can kind of get feel for how big each of these characters are. Other charts, so you can find them quickly. It's got a design sheet, so you can make up your own class kits for the humanoids found in this book. And it's got some character sheets in the back that you can photocopy. All in all, it's a pretty good book. Very useful if you wanted more racial options for your characters in Dungeons and Dragons. And it brings me to 3 questions. Would I allow players to use the humanoids found in this book in my games? Yes, I would, and yes, I have. I've had several players make up characters using the rules found in this book. Would I play one of the races found in this book? Yeah, I could see myself playing a goblin or an ogre or a gnoll. There's lots of races in here. Would I recommend this book? Yes, I would. If you're going to play a second edition game, this would be a very good book to have in order to give your player characters, more options on what they can be in your game. The only downside to this is, like I said, second edition is not kind when it comes to classes for non-humans. And that's pretty much all there is to say about this book. It's just a very good book to have to give you more options for your player characters. So, thank you for joining me at this look at the Complete Humanoids Handbook for 2nd Edition Dungeons and Dragons. And hopefully you'll join me next time where I'll talk about something else. Bye.